So get ready to be blown away. Donald Trump was not just a friend of Epstein. He was not just a person who paid for services, as what Katie Johnson described. But beyond that, Trump was a very good friend of Epstein, a sex trafficker. This friendship went on for, 15, 20 years? More? So he has this deep friendship with a sex trafficker who is giving Trump a hell of a fun time having lots of sex and orgies and all this stuff. But the question that I have always had, how deep did that friendship go? For example, like when Trump bought the Miss Teen USA pageant in 2002 in a partnership with NBC Studios. A model by the name of Andy Lucchesi is about to tell you that he was a recruiter to bring people to Trump properties where they would have these orgies with underage girls and models. He would try to get the models. But what you will then hear from Uncle Luke from Two Live Crew, the people who made the song, what is it? Me so horny, that, those people. That guy will tell you that he went to some of these parties that Trump was putting on with these for sex with underage girls. But he will tell you that these were pageant members, which probably should piss everyone the hell off, because it brings to the big question, and this is the question that you need to ask Lucchesi, Andy Lucchesi, and Uncle Luke. Did Trump, when he bought the Miss Teen USA pageant, was it really there to create this little side venture partnership with Epstein of bringing young girls to sex parties, because these two sex parties that these people are describing are the sex parties that Trump himself put on with minor children? Thank you.
An attendee Michael Gross spoke to was not only a frequent visitor at the Trump parties at the Plaza Hotel, but also helped to organize them by recruiting models. His name is Andy Lucchesi. He was a friend of Donald Trump's in the 90s. Andy was a successful model who still does modeling to this day, working for Lock Management. Andy's face may seem familiar. He was the face of Tommy Bahama for over a decade. And in Michael Gross's article that ended up being published by the Daily Beast, for some unknown reason, Andy Lucchesi allowed Gross to attach his name to his quotes. This is a prime example of how in the minds of many, a powerful man having sex with a minor in those days wasn't a big deal. As you'll soon find out when you hear his quotes, Andy is basically telling the world that he slept with underage girls, and that it wasn't a big deal. It's just something he did back in the day.
It's fair to say that I was a recruiter for the parties. As for the parties themselves, there was cocaine around. Donald Trump did not do cocaine. He was in control of himself. Girls? Well, of course. But did he have sex with his female party guests? So, he's a man with a woman. How old were they? A lot of girls, 14, look 24. That's as juicy as I can get. I never asked how old they were. I just partook. I did partake in activities that would be considered controversial today.
So these rooms, presumably there were women in these rooms?
Oh yeah, a lot of women.
Mm-hmm. How were they
all over the room?
How were they dressed, Uncle Luke?
Half naked.
Half naked.
Half naked and some naked.
half naked and some naked.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
We had a house party. They up in there naked. All the women were enjoying themselves like they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the thing, let me tell you, the thing is when you're around, I've been around a lot of models and a lot of these pageant women, because that's what mostly it was. It was mostly pageant women.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of these women ain't of age. So when you got a whole bunch of these women running around, whether they of age or not, you know, there's a lot of things going on. You just, you know, some women look too young.
Oh,
so you keep it moving.
I see.
You know, so it wasn't nobody beating no women or nobody taking advantage of no women. I mean, they were all enjoying themselves. That's what they were there for. But were they old enough to be enjoying themselves? I don't know.
Was there sex?
Of course there was.
I guess that's a stupid question now to ask. Okay, so I think I got you now. You're saying that all this was going on and you weren't clear as to whether these were adults.
I wasn't clear whether or not they were adults, and I wasn't clear whether or not, you know, whether I wanted to be in that kind of environment. Okay, he said, look, I got all these women. I got these women from the pageant. They're going to be there. So we went. It was like, hey, man, I got a pageant down here. I'm hosting these women at the house, okay, up in Palm Beach. They send some cars to pick us up. We get in the cars. We drive up there. Me, Mike, Eddie Murphy, we all in our own individual cars. Car service drove us up there. We got there. He showed us around the house. There wasn't no DJ. It was more of, hey, get in where you fit in. Whatever room you're going to go in, you go into that room.
So you say no DJ. There was no music? Or the music was piped in?
No, there wasn't no music.
No music.
That was the interesting part about it. There wasn't no music.
So women just naked in rooms with no music?
Hey, people walking around. It was, listen, it wasn't nothing wrong with that. I was happy to be at that party, but then at the end of the day, when I started looking at some of these girls' faces, I was like, man, these girls don't look like they're old enough.